Well, not one person needed a ventilator that didn't get it. So we want the continued blanket lockdown to end for these states. We may have some embers or some ashes, or we may have some flames coming, but we'll put them out. We'll stomp them out. We understand this now. We'll stomp them out, and we'll stomp them out very, very powerfully. So we've made a big step in our comeback. This was always going to be, 3 months ago I said to you, this is a very important period, this June period, because we're going to learn whether or not this is a very big, powerful R word, recession, or whether this is a hurricane that we recover from very quickly. We recover from in a matter of weeks or days. And we've learned. Again, as good as these numbers are, the best numbers are yet to come because so many areas are still closed or very partially closed. Very few actually are fully open. These numbers are with states, 50 states, and very few are fully opened. Even the ones that are very out there are not fully opened. So we're going to have some tremendous numbers coming in. When you look at the ridership in the airlines, what they've got, they went from 2% to a number that, if it's correct, I'd be surprised, actually. But it's a very high number. It's great. People are traveling. And you know what? They're traveling in the United States. And they're also driving. And they're building the trailers. They're building a lot of things. They're driving. People are driving. I may have to buy one of those things, drive around town. Maybe I'll drive back to New York with our First Lady in a trailer. What do they call that? An RV. An RV. Well, you should know Indiana's the capital of RVs. I think I'm going to buy an RV and travel from now on in an RV with our First Lady. I don't think anybody would mind that. So we've come together. We're coming together. We've never had a thing happen like this. We were all, including the media, we were all in uncharted territory. We were uncharted. It never happened before. Nobody knew. I couldn't be sure. I felt it. I felt we were very powerful to come back. Hardest decision I ever made was when they all walked in, a big group of people, professionals, very professional people, good people. They said, "Sir, the best thing we can do is close it down." I said, "What are you talking about? We have this incredible, unbelievable country that's never done better, and you want us to close it down? I can't do that. What are you talking about?" And after listening for 10 minutes, didn't take long, I said, "I think we have to close it down." Because of the contagion and because of the power it had with especially certain people. Now, we didn't know the second part. We knew it was highly contagious because it spread like fire. But we didn't know that it hit certain groups of people. That helps us so much in testing and other things. So we're going to protect our elderly. We're going to protect especially our elderly with problems, whether it's heart or diabetes or any problem. It's like a magnet. I mean, you're elderly and you have diabetes or you have a bad heart, it's like a magnet. They say if you're heavy, so I say, thank goodness I'm in perfect shape. Thank goodness. But if you're heavy, it's not good. It's a brutal, brutal thing. And again, I started by saying we're going to have a vaccine soon. I said it a long time ago, based on knowledge. Based on knowledge. I'm meeting with these geniuses. Based on knowledge, I said a long time ago. I said by the end of the year. I think it's going to be a lot sooner than that. And you know, just in finishing about vaccines, we have mobilized the logistics arm of our military. We can move hundreds of thousands of men and women in a very short time. The vaccine is easy by comparison, but we can move hundreds of thousands. It's meant for war. It's not meant for this, but we have our war with the invisible enemy. It's meant for war, but we can move hundreds of thousands. Think of that. Hundreds of thousands in a very short time. The same people are doing the vaccine, and they're fully mobilized. So now I'm going to sign legislation to make important changes to the PPP that will especially help restaurants, hotels, and other businesses that have been very hard hit by the virus. This is going to make it 24 months, and I think you know the legislation as well as I do. I want to thank the Democrats. We had essentially unanimous votes, I think, in the Senate and the House, right? Whether it's unanimous or very close, it's a lot of people. But I want to thank the Democrats. We worked together on it great. And I hope we can get along with the Democrats. It's been a disaster in terms of relationship. But I hope we can get along because it's a great thing for our country. We did all of these numbers and all of this greatness. We have the greatest economy we've ever had. It will soon be greater than it was even before. We did this with discord. We did this with a Senate and a House that were not dealing with us, and we weren't dealing with them either. The level of let's just say the warlike posture is ridiculous because we have a great country. It would make a difference if we could get along. And maybe we can and maybe we can't. I mean, there are a lot of differences. We want low taxes. We want closed borders. We want people to come in, but they have to come in through merit. They want open borders. You can't have open borders, especially now when you have a pandemic. We set a record, by the way, on our southern border. The wall, which you never hear about, is up to 210 miles long. And one of the reasons we're setting a record is we have so much wall built. And we'll have it up to almost 500 miles very early next year. By the end of this year, we'll be over 400 miles. We're up to 210 miles of serious wall. This is a wall that people aren't penetrating. This is a very, very powerful wall. Going to be up there a long time. And it's saved us a lot of anguish and grief, but you don't hear about that. One of the hardest things I've ever had to do is get the money necessary, which is billions of dollars, from a party that was totally opposed to it. They gave me other things. The military we could rebuild wasn't easy in terms of that. That's not their natural instinct. But for the wall, no, you can't have it, can't have it, can't have it. We had 9 court cases on the wall, but we won and we got it. And now nobody talks about it. Nobody even talks about it. But it's great for our country. We have to have borders. And I've said often, I said long before I won on that great November day. It seems like a long time ago, 2016. I said, if you don't have borders, you don't have a country. So we have a lot of things to work with the Democrats. If we could work along with them, it would be great. If we don't, we're going to do great as a country anyway. We're going to do great anyway. But if we could work along with the Democrats, and I'm open to it. People say I wouldn't be open. Why would I be open? They did things that they should have never done. And you know what I'm talking about. Should have never done. But I'm totally open to it. But we could go even steps further. But it's already been historic. Nobody has done more in 3.5 years than this administration has done. Nobody has come close to doing the things we've done. We've rebuilt our military. We've cut regulations at a level that nobody's even come close to. And that's whether it's 4 years, 8 years, or in one case, even more than that. Nobody's done anything close. Regulations, low taxes, rebuilt military, take care of our vets. We got choice approved for the vets. So instead of waiting in line for 4 weeks to see a doctor, they can go immediately outside, get a private doctor, we pay for the bill, and the vet is in great shape. And we actually save money, but more importantly, we save their lives, and we save the quality of their life. They were dying. They would come onto a line, they'd have to wait 4 or 5 weeks, they wouldn't be very sick. By the time they see the doctor, they'd be terminally ill. We don't have that anymore. You don't hear any bad stories about the vets anymore. That doesn't mean go out and find them, because tonight you'll be traveling all over the world looking for an unhappy vet. And we got accountability because we had a lot of bad people in the VA. It's called VA accountability, where we can now fire people that don't treat our vets good. We have sadists, we have thieves, we have a lot of bad people. And we can now, it's called VA accountability. Almost 50 years they've been trying to get it. Choice. Almost 50 years they've been trying to get it. For many, many years. I've been hearing about it for years. They've been trying to get VA choice. Choice means you can have a choice of a doctor. You don't have to wait in line if you have a long line. I have to say the VA has great doctors, but you can't get to them very quickly. Now they go outside and they take care of themselves. So we've had a great morning. This is just the beginning. It's going to be incredible. I'm going to sign our very important piece of legislation. Again, thank you very much to the Democrats. And then we're going to have a couple of words by a few of the people standing alongside of me. I want to thank them so much. And we'll talk to you soon.